Hey there viewers, and we are on day 29 of the website design challenge, and this is for a startup called AirLife, which will help you decide where to live depending on what is happening in your life, not just based on affordability. And my name is Roy, I'm a web designer, and let's get into the challenge. And before we get into the challenge, if you do find the content useful, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and let's get into the challenge. Okay, so we're starting this challenge, and straight away I'm just getting the main copy onto the canvas. I'm just trying to think of the copy, which is not easy. This is why you have copywriters, but when you're a designer, you end up thinking there's a lot of things you have to think about. The copy, also, of course, the first thing you should focus on is the problem. So I'm trying to think of a certain user or use case. Where would you move based on what's happening in your life? And one of the big things that can happen in your life is having a child or a baby. So it's not always a good thing just to move somewhere based on what you can afford. Is the community, is the area suited to bringing up a family or a baby? So this is where focusing on a problem and narrowing down the problem can help you serve a really niche audience. But would I say this is a niche audience? This is quite a frequent thing in life. So that's why I decided to focus on I'm having a baby, and this also happened to me, so I can speak from experience. Well, to my wife, to be fair, but we decided to move because of starting a family, and we wanted to move out of where we were because it was just too noisy. The neighborhood was probably a bit rough, and we moved there because of affordability. And this idea is from ideasai.net, and it's got quite a lot of votes. It's one of the all-time highest ideas. And let's see if I can pronounce his name. Peter Levels. He's the guy behind Remote, all the remote workers, Remote OK, the Nomad List. He's behind all of that. He's a really, really good maker. Very inspiring, the work that he's done, and he created this Ideas AI generator, which is also great. He also acknowledged that some of the ideas are very brief, but I think it's a great way or great exercise to start with an idea, but to go beyond that or before that is to think of the problem. So I'm looking at Airbnb as inspiration, and I decided to call it AirLife. So again, feedback in the Reddit community, there's so many things to nitpick, obviously, because this is only an hour and it's hard to do a startup. This is almost like thinking of a startup in 1 hour, thinking of the logo, the name, the copy, the nav items, are they relevant, the images you choose, the colors, everything is nitpicked, the typography, the font choice, the font size, the alignment. There's so many things, but as I believe, it's just so good to practice. No matter where you are as a designer, whether you're a beginner, whether you've been in the industry for 10 years, I've been in for 8 years, but it doesn't matter how long you've been in the industry. For me, I always consider myself a white belt because I always want to learn, try new things, and there's always someone better than you. Just remember that. But try not to compare yourself to other designers. The nice thing about this exercise is you're finding your own style, one that resonates with you. And not everyone is going to like your style, but hopefully there will be an audience that will like your style. So that is what I'm trying to accomplish, and hopefully help you discover your own style, or maybe you do like the clean, minimal kind of style, which is what I'm going for. And here I'm looking for an illustration of a mother and a baby. So this fits the brief. Even Airbnb, they go on full illustration, and illustrations are trending at the moment. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to go with the illustration, and I chose to. Always like to have options, and I thought rather than just have the search, why not present the user with 3 top data metrics, or ones that people are searching for. So again, it's focused on I'm having a baby. And another nice thing to include in the landing page is a testimonial as well. This proves, or social proof, it proves that people are using your product and finding it useful. So again, I'm just looking for the typical avatar, again, that some people say, very typical smiley face. Here I'm trying to find one that is actually looking in the direction that you want the user to look at. We'll see where I'm deciding. I believe it's on the heading or the CTA. And here it's a video testimonial, because I think that's even more powerful, or a video showing how the product works. So just to show, just a little tip on illustrations. When you do use illustrations, you don't just have to use the size that they set. I think it's a good idea to actually enlarge them on some occasions. So for this one, I wanted to highlight the face and the baby. You don't always have to have the whole body, and I thought it'd be a lot stronger if you could just have an enlarged illustration of a mother and a child, and I thought that's quite nice. That might do well with that certain target audience. So again, if we're niching down, niching, if there's such a word, if we're starting with a niche, which is a new mother, or one that's having a baby, and having the landing page targeted at that certain audience, then hopefully this is gonna resonate with them. And I've also put a list of the benefits below the CTAs and the popular tags. Recommended areas based on your lifestyle. Use data to filter the options based on your life, and join a growing community. I think a community is very important. So if there's a community behind a startup, or one that is growing, I think that could validate the product as well. And that's another thing about startups and landing pages, is validating the idea, seeing if you get any interest at all. So here there's not really a lot on that page that indicates housing or location or buying. So I thought, okay, let me put a location icon and put that right near the heading, so it's quite in focus. And then I just played with graphics, circles again, put it in the background, and it's kind of highlighting the location where you are, and then it's based on what's happening in your life. So again, I'm highlighting those topics. Again, I'm just giving some color, and these are all colors that are near each other on the color wheel. And now I'm just experimenting with shadows, because I want to highlight the one that they've actually checked on, as possibly, or it might be highlighted. I haven't thought too much about the goal. Well, the goal of it, to be fair. I've thought more about the problem and the audience, so there's still a lot to do. But again, this is an hour, and some people prefer to sketch, but the whole point of this exercise is to actually create something, make something, a design, a concept, so something that could potentially be used, as opposed to a sketch. And a sketch obviously is a great way to start. You know, that is a wonderful way to start, but the exercise is creating a concept within an hour. That is the challenge, and we are near the end of this challenge, so hopefully you do enjoy it. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like, leave a comment. Tomorrow's one is the last one of the 30-day challenge. I'm going to have it as an hour long, so don't miss out on that. And I'll see you again tomorrow on the next challenge. Have a good morning, afternoon and evening. Bye.